Morning, people out there. I'm Marko Heinen, founder of the Clean the Oceans, and I'm back. I do have to say that I'm really sorry it has been taking so long time to get me back on here, because there has been a lot of minor issues. As all of you, my followers, you know it also that my wife was diagnosed as carrying ovarian cancer, and she went through all the operations and chemotherapy, which in Thailand the chemotherapy is basically only directly liquid to the veins and stuff. No pills, other than if you're a millionaire, billionaire, then you can buy the pills. In Thailand the government do not supply the pills for the poor people. So people do have to go in and get it on a liquid on the veins and their systems, and we did that one in a really long time. She went through full operation when the wombs and the ovarians, all of them were removed, and she's now recovering, and we have gone through in the last 3 months the recovering basically, and she had the doctor's meetings and all the laboratory tests, and she is okay at the moment. And all the numbers, all the diagnosis, what she done, all the numbers are in a good way. So have a good coffee day. So today we're going to talk about a little bit what is on the future for the Help the Oceans. I'm still looking for the possible investors. As you know it, Help the Ocean is a foundation which is running basically for those people who have a lot of money, who have an interest to make it public information, what is happening and where the ocean plastic can be seen, found. And the Help the Ocean, basically, we are going over there. We are not scared at sea. I do spend by myself 34 years at sea. I cover all the oceans. Like I said it on my one of my stations, which is in the Finnish language. I cover basically 99% of the world of oceans. I've been on the really north. I've been on the Svalbard. It's a really nice place, really nice people, and yes, recommended to go there. Support their life. They are actually really rural area. They are middle of the nowhere, but it is really worth to go into the Svalbard. I've been on. Don't take this one in the wrong. Those ones are old days. During the old Soviet time, I've been on the Murmansk. It was 100% different environment in that time. There was a friendly people, even if it's a military base over there. But yes, we bring from Northern Ireland, we bring some ingredients so they can basically grow the wheat. Not the weed as you know it, but they do need it for their fields to make some food. And yes, then I've been in Alaska, I've been in North America, I've been in South America, I've been on Latin America, I've been in all the way to the South America, all the way to the Ushuaia. And by the way, Ushuaia is a really nice place. It's a very rural area, very difficult to get there by planes. You do need to charter planes, but yes, well worth to put some money and go to the Ushuaia. there you see and you find a place what is the most southern point on South America. It's a really good place. And then yes, I spent in a really long time in Antarctica. And then we go on to Australasia. Of course, I've been on went around and clockwise and anti-clockwise around in Africa. Then of course I've been on Suez Canal, I've been on Zimbabwe waters and the nice waters and not so nice waters. Been doing that one. And of course I've been in the Middle East, I've been in the Persian Gulf, I've been on the Asian waters, and then I went around that not the one, but the world's biggest island, which is really nice island and really nice people over there, called Australia. And yes, I know that some people don't like it that I call it as island, but also if you go according to the definition for the island, that's the place which is surrounded by waters. So Australia is an island, even if it's a continent, but it's still island. And it's not, which is really actually amazingly, it's not categorized as the world's biggest island, because as far as I know in the world definition it is a Greenland, which is not. Greenland, yes, it's a really big island, but Australia is the biggest island. And yes, it is continent as well, but still it is island. It's surrounded by the water. Like Japan, it's island. UK, it's island. Ireland, it's island. Faroe Islands is island. Åland, it's island. It's surrounded by waters. Anyway, this is the funny way to see the world, because I know the Australians, some unfortunately they don't like it, but that's how it is basically. It is a really nice continent, and I went around Australia, started from the Perth all the way to the Darwin and so forth, from the Darwin back to the Singapore, back in I think it was late 97, 98. Really nice people all around, really friendly, those times at least. And yes, nowadays the whole world is suffering basically according to this COVID thing over there, which is really nasty thing. But to get through this one, we all humans, we do need to keep together, maintain the calmness, keep yourself healthy, live another day. There was a good James Bond movie, by the way, Living Another Day. That is basically my daily life. I'm really wondering why the media like Discovery channels, History channels, there's many other document channels, and unfortunately the reason which is out of my hands, do you see that there's nothing? So they are out of my hands. I cannot basically supply for them. They're looking for the money, and I can provide them in evidence where they can make money. Health Oceans, we are not looking to make a business. We are looking for the foundation to make the Health Ocean better and function organization worldwide, to keep all the whales, keep all the seals, keep all the penguins, keep all the seabirds alive, because modern day maritime industry keep on polluting oceans while they are sailing from point A to point B. No matter what they say, they do that one every single day. during the nighttime. Coffee again. So, those of you who follow the Help the Oceans, those of you who have money and would like to get the publicity, I can tell you that one in the backside on my story over there. I used to hold 2 radio talk shows in Finland in early 80s. I'm not too shy to talk to the front of the people. I have done in talking to people in instructions, guidance, advice, and just chatting with the people, more than 5,000 people. And yes, I like a lot of questions. I like to talk. I like to clarify if I can, as much as I can, for the subject which is on the topic on that time. So my question for those people out there, why you put the money for the organizations where you got your name on the top of the organization that you are supporting this one. And most likely you don't put the money on that kind of situations that you don't get any evidence. And for the Help the Oceans, we are providing, let's rephrase that one. We will providing video evidence, not edited. We can even be the live if we're gonna get in the satellite communications for our sailboats. And yes, we talk about the sailboats a little bit later. We can provide live evidence what is happening over there. When we are over there and people do it, or some ships are doing it, or we found it at the oceans. We can provide those ones on live. What we cannot provide, this is the safety on our Help the Oceans crew. We cannot provide live GPS coordinates where it is, because those companies who are busted, those people who are busted, they basically will shoot. I've been in a situation where I've been shot. I know how it feels. It's not nice. And yes, Help the Oceans, we are basically feel the sorry what happening in Europe at the moment. And that is the only thing what we're going to talk about that one, because our goal is take the invaders away from the oceans. Those invaders are plastics. They are invading, they are killing whales, they are killing anything maritime mammals. And then we talk about microplastic. Can you imagine, as you over there, you human being, listening this one, you are eating in the microplastics almost every day, one way or the other. You don't see it. I don't see it. I probably eat it as well, like all we humans do. Microplastic is everywhere. Those really fantastic people on the laboratory, they have discovered that one. It is very difficult to get the microplastic away from our food. It is not mission impossible. It is very, very difficult. But try to provide in some way to get the microplastics away from your food, is that we do need to get the plastics away from the oceans. And how to get it away from the oceans? Make it more public. Talk about more. Spreading around the world more than it is now. And for that one, Help the Oceans, we need your help. And for you guys who have a lot of money, we need your support. All the information for how to support the Help the Oceans, it is below in the description in here, as you know how the YouTube works. So, Sorry, coughing, coffee. So, how the Help the Oceans is going to work? Basically, we have our goals. We are going to get, as soon as we found the people who want to support the Help the Ocean, we will get about 80 to 100 feet steel hull sailboat with the really large amount of cabins, so we can get the volunteer crew over there who want to be a media people, who want to be in front of the camera, who want to keep the ocean clear from the plastics. And there is a lot of us all around the world. Also, as the nowadays, actually I did not plan on this one. I don't have any script in here what I'm supposed to talk in today. I'm talking what I have it in here. I do actually want to make it much more interesting and much cover information to all the people, because in the, let's say, once we got a sailboat and we got everything working and we're gonna have 100% electric power sailboat. Unfortunately, yes, we do need to have a backup diesel generator just in case something goes wrong. It's not that if we're running out of the wind, we're gonna wait. If we're gonna run out of the solar panel, meaning that the sun is basically, somebody turn out the sun so we don't get the solar panel, solar power. So we do need to have a backup, unfortunately, but a really, really minimum amount of diesel fuel on board. This is emergency generator for emergencies only, not for the daily consumptions. I know, I've been sailing around since 1978. I know how it works when you don't have a wind, when you don't have a, well, wind. It is very, very frustrating. But this is how it's gonna work, and I know it will make a big, big difference. So those of you promoters, those of you agents, please contact me. You know where to find the email address. Send me a note. Let's start to talk about, because oceans, remember, oceans cover our Earth more than 70%. And then we're coming, of course, in the other part, yes, very itchy on my skull, climate change. Why the United Nations climate change do not support Help the Ocean foundations? They are actually, I've been contacted them in a few times. They have no interest to save the oceans. They are stuck with the climate. Well, to make it very, very clear for the United Nations why the United Nations do not help the oceans. So once the climate change, what happened? Getting warmer? Eventually it does, yes. Ice melts. And as you're going backwards on my previous videos and statistics, what will happen to the Earth when the ice starts melting? It's a very simple. Our humans, where we living called Earth, are sinking. And the ocean water can eventually rise up to the 10 meters if the current Antarctica example melting. Many countries lose their countries. Many countries lose their islands, like the Maldives, Madagascar lose a lot. Europe lose North German, they lose a lot. Luxembourg, Belgium, Holland lose a lot. England lose a lot. Norway lose a lot. Svalbard, they're gonna have it in the mountains over there. USA, Alaska, Greenland. Iceland, not so much, because Iceland is a very volcanic country and a really, really high ocean level, so they will lose some. But this is gonna happen. So United Nations climate change, please, you have to make a little bit bigger sound. You just don't make so much effort on your publicity. What will happen eventually when the climate change and the Earth loses Earth, become a new something. Fish world, let's put it that way. And yes, Kevin Costner made that movie called, what was it? Waterworld. Yeah, Waterworld. It was a Waterworld. So, do we want to head in that direction? Do we want to create the water world? Probably not. So, having said that one, and yes, really nice, 22 minutes in this morning, and today is the 2nd of April 2022, or 2565 in a Thai years. Welcome to April. Stay safe. Keep the social distance, as if you don't know, and I'm sure that you know it already. COVID is getting really out of hands, like now in China. The Shanghai is basically closed. Shanghai, which is a really, really big economical city, and they are closing partially, and then the other parcel will be closed. So where the world is heading, it's just for our future. We don't know it yet. But to keep yourself alive, keep your families alive, keep your friends alive, you do need to either tell them to keep the social distance, do all your best to not getting really bad situation, not getting in the hospital, not getting in ICU, because every human being is valuable person for the world. Having said that one, my name is Marko Hainen, I'm the founder of the Health Oceans, and I'm looking forward to hear from you. Thank you, and please subscribe and share the information to all your network. We do need the more publicity. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.